And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. And in this next segment will be our first of many, Alicia Edwards. We're going to be talking about real estate in the North Georgia mountains as she's with Century 21. We're going to be doing several segments. I like the background we have here, Alicia. How are you today?
I'm great, Brian. How are you?
I'm glad to have you. You told me in the break when we to get started that we were going to talk today about staging houses for sale, getting them ready for sale. What is staging a house? What is staging a house? You want to sell a house. What does that mean?
Basically, it means it's kind of painting a canvas for the potential buyers to see themselves in. So it's, decluttering your house, depersonalizing your house, updating, neutralizing.
Earlier, before we come on, we talked about some of the bullet points. How important is it to what I would call depersonalize the house? It's
very important because when a buyer goes into a house and they see all of your stuff, it's hard for them to see past your stuff, to see their stuff. So you really want them to be able to see their pictures, their furniture, their artwork, whatever, in your house.
Well, obviously you can't totally move out. Sometimes you can, but if you're going to live in the home, and that's what we're talking about today, actually being in the home while it's being sold, versus moved out and totally gone, because then the pictures are off the wall. But when you are trying to sell your home and live there also in the process, anybody that walks into the house has to say one of the two, if it's a couple, have to be able to say, "I see myself here," right? Is that
absolutely?
Is that important?
Yes, it is.
I see myself here, or I see what I could do with this room. And is that the reason for neutral colors? Because dark colors, I've heard neutral colors give somebody an opportunity to look and say what they could do with an area. Am I going down the right road?
Yeah, you absolutely are. And also, whenever you go into a room and it's dark, it makes it seem smaller. So you really want to brighten it up and open it up for the buyer.
Now, are these simple things that you could do that, I think sometimes people may think, I'd like to sell my house, but it would cost too much to get ready. Are these some inexpensive things you can do to get your house ready for sale and not have to put a lot of money into it? Or are there times where you have to invest money to get the house on the market?
It just depends on the condition of the house. If the house is really outdated and needs a lot of work, then of course it's going to be an investment. But there's also return on that investment. And in other segments coming up later down the road, we can talk about the things that are profitable for your house and things that aren't. Some people spend money to update their house in places that they're really not going to see that return. Updating your kitchen, excuse me, your cabinets, if they just need a fresh coat of paint, that's very inexpensive. You're talking about a can of paint or stain.
Well, I would think that could be tough, and I'm glad you're going to be talking with us in future segments, because that could be tough, because kitchens could be expensive. But if you're selling a house that was built in the 1980s, not even 70s, 1980s, we're talking about a kitchen that people want to redo. So there's a side of, do people want to come in and buy a house and get to do their kitchen their way because it's their kitchen? So I think kitchen and bathrooms, I think they could be tough, right?
Yes, they absolutely can be tough, but you can be smart about it, and you don't have to totally redo your kitchen to sell your kitchen unless it's just completely outdated. But it's really up to the seller what they want to do to sell their house. And how bad do they want to sell their house? And what is the price point? What are they looking to get out of the house? Those are the things that an agent will help the seller determine. What are their needs? What are their expectations? And then it's our job to help them meet those expectations.
Well, let's talk about that just for a minute. As the agent and the buyer, as the agent, you're hearing on a daily basis what people say. I always called it when they got back in the car. When I would one time when I was purchasing a house, I looked at 6 or 7 in one day, and every time I got back in the car, my wife and I would start saying, well, did you like the bathroom? I didn't like the bathroom. Or did you like the kitchen? Or I thought the hallway could have done this or whatever. You hear those conversations, so you're hearing what the buyer is looking for. So you can connect that with a seller, can you not?
Yes, you can.
Is that, and then also modernization. I have tough, that one got me. That one got me. Modernizing or bringing things into the modern world. What the heck? Why am I trying this? But that could be important in a house, is bringing some things up to today.
Yes.
What are some of the bullet points in the short time we have that you want to get out today, and some of the things that we want to accomplish in future segments talking about North Georgia?
For future segments?
Well, I mean, is there anything today that you brought here that you want to make sure that we cover and let people know about?
Well, I think that for our topic today, I think we've covered it. Declutter, depersonalize, and neutralize your house to get it sold. Little tips and tricks.
Depersonalize. I know that sounds tough out there, and that could be tough for the seller because this is a lot of people that are selling their home. They've lived there for a period of time, maybe raised kids, and it might be a tough period. So when you go in and say you got to depersonalize the house, I hate to break it to you, but somebody else has to come in here and feel like they could live here. That's big, right?
It is, and it's a tough conversation sometimes.
You're in North Georgia, all North Georgia. Go anywhere in North Georgia. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and you're with Century 21 and real estate. Tell us just a little bit about yourself and your the agency you're working for and what you got going on.
Well, I'm with, like you said, Century 21 in the mountains. Our broker is Melinda Haddon. We've been here in LJ Blue Ridge for over 30 years. It's the longest franchised realty company in Gilmer County. And I'm excited to be a part with this fantastic broker and the agents that we have working with us. And like Brian said, I'm all over North Georgia.
So how can people get in touch with you?
You can call me at 678-622-0302 or email me at Edwards, it's AEDWARDS 874@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're going to be coming back and doing several more segments about real estate. We're going to put together some real estate reports, and we're going to put together some real estate reports. It's pretty hot right now, huh? Real estate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot of. Is there more buyers than sellers? Because I always. Strangely enough, real estate is just something I really don't know a lot about. But is there more buyers than sellers and so forth right now? What's the balance in that? Is it?
At this point right now, the real estate market is a seller's market. So we absolutely have more buyers than we have sellers. So I would love to list your home or help you buy your home. But
you have. So right now it's a seller's market.
Absolutely.
Well, that's good because in North Georgia that's not always been the case. So it's exciting to be in the business at this time when it's a seller's market, and you can represent Alicia Edwards today, folks, from Century 21. And one more time, your phone number?
678-622-0302.
Call Alicia today if you have any questions about listing your home or you're looking for a home in the North Georgia mountains, whatever it may be. She's prepared to help you in any way. I'm your host, BKP. Thank you for being with us, and we'll be doing more of these segments. You can find this on our YouTube channel, this segment, on FYN TV Fetcher News. Take us a break, Sam.